Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
Catan the card game may have been a game that started the whole flux of games of, here's this board game you like, now here's a game with only cards. Can't stand that. The only game I can think of that really kind of nailed that was Village and My Village, but they're so similar, I don't know why you'd want both games, but Village, My Village, there's a little bit of subtle differences there, but I like both versions of those games. For the most part, I hate the card version of games. I like Dominant Species okay in its day, but I don't want the card version of it. I don't want the card version of Ticket to Ride. I just want to play Ticket to Ride. And I don't want the card version of Settlers of Catan. There's a reason why these games normally, if not always, bust. Because you're expecting one thing and they're giving you another. Sometimes they'll use the cards to just take the dice out of the game. I've seen that before, but it's never very interesting. And listen, if you're a board game publisher, stop trying to make a sequel or a prequel or a sideways alternate universe of your game with only cards. And while we're at it, you can stop making the dice version of them too. But we're going to predominantly stick to cards here. This game doesn't add anything fresh, doesn't add anything new, and the whole time you're playing it, you're kind of like, why don't I just play Settlers of Catan? Because this isn't a very good card game. Now, let's say they had a card game here, and you're like, well, it's a little bit different in these regards and that regards. Well, then it isn't Settlers of Catan, right? So they're trying to put Settlers of Catan down into a card game, and this is when it used to have a fan base, and I don't feel like it should have a fan base anymore, and it doesn't. This is something that's fallen off the face of the earth. There's a couple different versions of this. I would tell you to steer clear. Do not play this game. Just play the base game, or play a better card game, but I don't think you need to look at this Settlers of Catan, the card game. It's not worth your time or your energy. Absolute purge. This Catan, the card game, you're going to get a really small box. And it says right here, it won Game of the Year for card games of that year. This is probably coming off the popularity of it. You're going to get a rule book, a very thick one. We'll look at this in a second. Inside, you're going to get these square cards. They're kind of thin. And these will have like actions and things on them. And they sit right back in here. Very good custom insert. This one kind of works the same way. Different terrains that you're probably used to from playing Catan. You're going to get 2 dice. One is a regular 6-sided dice, and one is a custom die. I feel like they're wooden, and they're actually very, very nice. You're also going to get these 2 blocks in here. You're going to get the windmill and the knight on the horse, double-sided. These are very, very nice, actually. Didn't expect to see this. I figured this would be just cheaply some cards that are put in the box, but these are very, very nice. So here's the rule book and almanac. It tells you this thing is thick. So you're going to have a list of all the components that are in there, the game rules that you're going to have, and you will have everything kind of set up here for you as it goes through. This is a big, big, giant rule book with lots of words, a lot to see, a lot to read. I don't feel like the game is this complicated, but it is all there. Then you have an almanac, which will just explain all of the cards that you have throughout and give you a little bit of explanation of what they are. And on the back, you're going to have the turn sequence, which is very much appreciated. Who should play this game? So what you're going to say to me is, well, what about fans of Settlers of Catan? No, just play Settlers of Catan or the numerous spin-off board games of Settlers of Catan. Well, what if I want less table space? I really want a card. If you really need less table space and you really want a card game version of Settlers of Catan, go play something else. This probably isn't going to be it. I don't feel like this is a strong enough card game. If you absolutely just have to play the card game because the box says Settlers of Catan, then this is it. You found it. You have found your grail game. You, my friend, are Indiana Jones, and you've got it. Just get out of that temple before the ball hits you, because this is it. For everybody else on the planet, this is a complete miss. Don't look at this one. Absolute purge. Let this game fall to time, because it's not worth your energy. Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate you tuning in. If you liked it, please like it and hit that little subscribe button. That really helps out the channel, lets us know that you're getting the videos that you want. If you agreed or disagree with what I said, feel free to comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and I promise that I will comment back. Thanks for watching, and everybody else, keep playing.